Hello viewer, welcome to Business Studies Form 1. I am Madam Margaret Wangari. I'm going to take you through Introduction to Business Studies. Our specific objectives for the lesson include: by the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to define the term business studies, state and explain the disciplines which he also refers to as the subjects of business studies. And you should also be able to explain the importance of business studies to the society. How does the society benefit with business studies? We start with the definition of business studies, and the word business refers to the activity of buying and selling of goods and services with an aim of making profit. For one to get that profit, one needs to sell commodities, which are also referred to as goods. Apart from selling and buying of goods, we also sell services. An example of a service that one can sell is teaching. When one teaches, one is paid for that, dressmaking, hairdressing, and many others. Business, therefore, involves the offer of goods or services to people in need of them in exchange for money in order to make a financial gain. For one to get that gain, you don't offer the services or the goods to people for free. So people demand the goods or the services from you, then you offer them to the people, then after that they pay you using money. That process of now acquiring knowledge, skills and attitudes is what we refer to as business studies. So if you are asked to define the word business studies, you're supposed to say that it is the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, attitudes that helps you to understand business more. Business studies, therefore, is the subject that equips people with knowledge and the skills and the positive attitudes to enable the people to succeed in business. Business studies comprises of a number of disciplines which we also refer to as subjects, and we are going to look at them into details. First of all, we are going to first highlight them. The first discipline of business studies is the commerce, and commerce involves how goods are distributed from where they are produced to where they are required. You'll find that goods are usually produced or made or manufactured in the factories or farms. Then the ones producing the goods usually transport them to the various destinations where the final consumer can access them. That process of transferring those goods or distributing them to the various spots is what we refer to as the commerce. The other discipline of business studies is referred to as economics, and economics involves the production of goods and services. So you may say that economics is that process of producing or making the goods or services for sales. The other discipline of business studies is the accounts, and accounts is whereby one gets to know or one acquires knowledge and skills of keeping accurate record of trading activities. So one learns to how to prepare the financial accounts, or what we may call as financial statements. For instance, the balance sheet, the trading profit and loss accounts, which you are going to run later on in the course of your study. So that's what we refer to as the accounts. One gets to understand how and the skills of preparing the financial records. And the last but not the least, is the office practice, which involves the control and coordination of activities of a business organization. Find that in every business organization, there is always the main office which controls everything that runs in the business, and that is what we call in general the office practice. The last one is the entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship helps one to learn how to identify opportunities to do business and how to invest wisely. We find that anytime one wants to make an investment, you need the business skills that will help you to understand better the best investment that you are supposed to invest your money in, and you get to run this under entrepreneurship, which also falls under the umbrella of business studies. Now, we are going to look at the importance of business studies in society. And one of the main importance of business studies to the society is that it helped us to start and operate a business profitably. You find that in business studies, that is where you are taught how to operate a business, how to calculate or find out when you are making a profit or a loss. And therefore, anytime you start your own business, that is after school, and or whether when you are still schooling, you are able to operate your business wisely such that you are going to make profit. The other importance of business studies is making wise decisions pertaining your business. I'll find that for any activity to succeed, you need to always make a wise decision. And from the knowledge that you acquire from business studies, you are able to make a wise decision when you study business studies. And the other importance is keep proper records of the business activities. For one to be able to evaluate his or her own business, one needs to keep the records, like the one I just mentioned earlier, like the financial statement, the balance sheet, and all that, the cash book, to be able to know how your business is faring. So keep of proper records of the business studies is also very important, and we're able to run that through our study of business studies. The other importance is that it attracts more customers. It attracts more customers, retain them, and sell more goods and services. Knowledge on business studies helps you to learn how to relate well with your customers, to retain them, and sell more goods and services. Remember that customers in business, customers are our employers, and therefore we need to know how to handle them well, serve them appropriately, and address them using the right language so that they will keep on coming again and again and again. So for your business to succeed, you need to have a very good customer relationship with your customer. The other importance of business studies is that it helps us manage business finances better and use business money wisely. When we talk of finances, we refer to the money or the profit that we get from our business. So from the knowledge that we get out of studying business studies, one gets to know how to manage the money that you get from business wisely and how to use it wisely. For instance, you cannot get profit, then the profit that you get, you just waste it out there by doing some businesses that are not helpful. For instance, eating chicken, chips, and all that. But when after you start a business, you get to have knowledge that if you reinvest the profit that you get, you will actually make more benefits. The other importance of business studies is that it helps us to be able to calculate and determine the profit or loss made by the business. That one helps us to know whether our business are making profit or losses, and if in a situation or if our businesses are making profit, we'll get to understand, we get to know how to increase that profit. And if our businesses are incurring losses, we find out on ways how we can make our business, instead of getting losses, to start getting profit. We have come to the end of our lesson. Thank you so much for watching. But before we end our lesson, let's look at the assignments. Number 1, define the term business studies. Number 2, explain why business studies is important to a country. Number 3, explain knowledge and skills acquired in running business studies.